Hello, if you are listening or watching this, welcome to episode 1 of the Soundboard with Tofe podcast. Now, it's pretty much the podcast about podcasting. Now, today is a very monumental day for me for two main reasons. The first one is this is the very first episode of my brand new podcast. And the second reason is this is day one of taking my podcasting venture full-time. Yesterday was the very last day of working my notice ever since I resigned my full-time job last week. And I had been thinking about this for quite some time, and the universe had put this opportunity on a plate for me. And there were too many signs to say, look, I'm way too fulfilled with my side hustle that I've taken a leap of faith and decided that the risk would be to continue that full-time job and not take this full-time. So here I am. And this is where I'm creating a podcast around this. It's around three things. It's about the tips and tricks and any sort of insights around podcasting that I've learned over the last 5 years. It's what has worked and what hasn't worked. And lastly, to let anyone that's listening to this into the personal journey of me building Soundboard, which is my business. And it's really exciting as I'm growing this, and I want people to be part of that journey and to understand why I do the things I do. I started this business to let my clients connect with their audience and to also streamline the entire process for them, from looking after their podcast strategy. So what a roadmap would look like, to scaling, to the editing, all that mundane. And so that anyone that is looking to start their podcast or to grow it, that all they need to focus on is just the recording, and everything from the curation is sorted. So I want to document that journey. So anyone that does come across this or has been shared this with can hear the ups and downs of what it's like growing this thing, which I think is kind of cool. And as I grow the business and the podcast, I'll continue to keep documenting that journey and providing insights. And these will be like very short episodes. These are going to be like 5 to 10 minutes on a weekly basis, enough so that I'm not taking too much of your time, because I know how time poor we can all be. And it will be quite a loose structure as well, to keep it just personal and intimate, and I'll have fun with it as well. I think that's the most important thing. So thank you for listening and enjoy the journey.
Thank you for listening, and remember, your voice matters. Soundboard acknowledges the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today, paying respects to elders past, present, and emerging.